Tignity Run the City, No Cap Rap News, back with another one, bro. Salute to everybody, man. Thank y'all for hitting that like, share, subscribe, and comment, man. Today we back with another one. Shout out Chig Smooth, bro. Kendrick Lamar. Say Kendrick Lamar exposed to Drake ghostwriting in 2011. Say his friend just snitched on him, bruh. Come on, man. I think he talking about Glasses Malone. I ain't sure, but that's what I believe going on. Anyway, let's see that transition and get right into it, bro. Let's go.
Chicks. Get ready.
You know what to do, Chicks.
Listen to Chig Smooth.
Hey, Chicks Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Aw, man, ain't no way, you guys. This has to be one of the craziest plot twists of 2025. As it turns out, you guys, Pusha T and Meek Mill were not the first artists to expose Drake for having ghostwriters. It was actually the guy that beat him in the rap battle last year, Kendrick Lamar. Now, you guys know Kendrick Lamar does not do social media, he does not do interviews, he does not do Instagram lives, nor does he do Twitter. The only way that we ever find out information about Kendrick Lamar is mainly through Kendrick's friends. People like Hitter J3, Glasses Malone, DJ Head, guys that's been around Kendrick from the jump. Now, sometimes it's a good thing, but other times it's pretty bad. Maybe it's just me, you guys, but certain conversation that's had in private should always remain private. If you ever find yourself on a podcast asking yourself if something you're about to say is snitching or not, 9 times out of 10, it's probably snitching. Now, on the most recent episode of The Bigger Picture with Elliot Wilson, Jeremy Hecht, and also DJ Head, they were having a conversation and called up Glasses Malone. Glasses went on to reveal that back in 2011, that's right, you guys, 2011, Kendrick Lamar knew about Drake's ghostwriting. Here's what he said.
Of when people actually knew Drake had any writers. We kind of didn't say it for sure last time, but at that time, were there rumblings that you knew of within the Cash Money crew that you knew he had people working with him, or it wasn't till later that you had heard those rumors?
The first person that brought it to my attention, and I don't know if this right to snitch on him, is Dot. Dot is the first person that brought it to my attention. But I'll be honest, when he first came, it was always, we knew it was a pop approach from a pop artist. He was introduced kind of as this Nickelodeon kind of kid to the people at the label. And, you know, talking to him, he was a well-mannered dude. But when they pressed play, you could just tell he was like a savant when it came to making records. Like, it was just nice. Yeah. So now that I understand what's happening, like, that would make sense. You know what I mean? Especially a lot earlier than we think. You know what I mean?
Was that 2011?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's around then. But I don't think we would have had rumbles about it because we kind of always knew that he was a pop artist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, not like he's a rapper, but he was a pop artist. His approach was an assembly line of how he made music that fit. Like, and he had a bunch of, you know, he had a great team. 40 was fantastic. Boy, he won the T-minus. Them dudes were like fantastic. He walked in with this team. Like, he had a plan and he executed and his plan worked.
But you knew that. Do you think Kendrick, when he said that to you, was he disappointed? Like, because basically, like, I've been studying this whole, like, was Kendrick disappointed?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I called the nigga a liar.
Mm-hmm. That's your fast truth. That's a fact.
I didn't quite understand what pop meant.
Wait
what pop was.
Hold up. DJ Head talking about it's a fact. How he know it's a fact? That he called him a liar. Was they in the same room? I don't think you was even around right then, bro. I don't know. You could have been, but I don't think you was around for the conversation, between Kendrick and Glasses at that time. But who knows? You might have been, bro. It just sounded weird. That one dude, you know, always agreeing with shit and don't know nothing about shit. But let's go.
Like, now I'm
just
like,
gotta be in the conversation.
You know what I mean? It make perfect sense. But when he first said that, I was like, hell nah, man. I'm watching this dude do his thing. Like, you know, at that time, I'm still just kind of looking at him like somebody else at the label. You know what I mean? Like, shit, Tiger writing his own shit, Nick writing her own shit. Like, I'm thinking Cuz doing the same. And when Dot said it, remember then I heard King Kunta. So I'm like, this is about Cuz. So when it came, you know what I'm saying? When it came out publicly, like when Meek kind of leaked it, and then I start asking around like all the back channel, I was like, oh hell. You know what I mean? Which I didn't really take credit from him because, you know, I always kind of thought of him as like a pop artist. Like, you know.
And King Kunta was definitely about Drake. If you go back and listen to it, I don't know how a lot of people didn't pick it up then. A lot of people just went. That's what I mean, man. If you really study this rap shit, bro, you can hear instantly when somebody dissing somebody, and then you can kind of know exactly who they talking about. Because if you study this shit, you know what I mean? If you really into this shit, it can be a brand new song, and the diss come through, you gonna know exactly who the fuck they talking about. But the casual listener won't get it, you know what I mean? Which is expected. That's why we code this shit. It ain't for everybody anyway. A lot of this shit ain't for everybody to understand. It ain't meant to be for the masses. You know what I mean? It's for the select few that need to know what the fuck going on, and that's why a lot of people don't understand this shit. But yeah, let's continue, man.
Being upset you discover Madonna don't write her own songs.
I thought of it more like Ye. Like I looked at it like.
I think Kendrick was probably upset because he was looking at Drake as his competition, which he said at that time. And he's like, I want to be the best rapper of my generation, which you are right now, because Drake was in that spot. I think he was like, damn, this is who they're looking at like that when I'm doing all this extra work.
I think that was around the time. Was that around that time when we were on that tour together?
It was right after.
It was right after we came back from that tour.
Right after. But when he told me, I was like, nigga, hell no. I'm like...
Saw how Head threw himself in the... Was that around the time we was on that tour together? It was right after. Oh, it was right after. Damn it. This shit crazy. Let's go, man.
I mean, but I didn't... Now, in hindsight, it all makes sense. You know what I mean? His approach is very much like Michael Jackson. He just got multiple Rod Tempertons. You know what I mean? He said it openly a million times, and none of us ever paid attention that this was his approach, because we've looked at rap. Rap has been so synonymous with hip hop over, especially Elliot, me, and our lives, bro. So, you know, since fucking Debbie Harry rapped on Rapture, everybody else that's been decent in rapping, you pretty much knew that they were kind of part of hip hop, versus now where rapping is being used with all genres. And now their own rules apply, you know, in that genre or in that, you know, that whole collective of how they approach making records. So he's always had this really brilliant approach at how he was going to make records, but he also understood he was taking it all from a pop perspective.
Now, I'm pretty sure that was information that Kendrick probably would not have liked to be made public. A lot of Drake fans are now looking at Kendrick like, bruh, this...
I don't see why he wouldn't want that public. He made the fucking song, the song called King Kunta. Go back and listen to it. It's out. It's been out. Why wouldn't he want it made public? I don't think Glass of Malone said nothing wrong, actually. That ain't snitching. He's just telling the fucking truth. He letting the casual listener know, hey, he been on old boy head for a minute. You know what I mean? This ain't no new shit. Just like Drake been shooting at him for a while, you know? So this shit ain't new, man. They just dragging this shit, though. I'm tired of this shit, though, for real. Well, let's go, man.
Drake was showing you love back in 2011. He put you on his tour. Not only that, but Drake being the bigger artist at the time, he was getting on records with you, trying to elevate your status in the game at the time. Now, I'm not sure how Kendrick found out this.
And that narrative right there that Drake be trying to elevate niggas, that ain't what Drake be doing, man. Drake is like It's a vampire, man. He want the new stem cells. He eating stem cells, bro. If you hot, he gonna go with what's hot, cause that's how he gonna stay relevant. That's an old Jay-Z play, man. Like, as far as helping out our coming up artists, up and coming artists and shit, you get with whatever buzzing right now to keep your name hot. You got to stay in that circle to keep your name hot. You know what I mean? That's an old game. And a lot of niggas used it too, like Master P, when Tupac died, jumped on that wave. Jay-Z, when Tupac died, jumped on that in that lane. You see what I'm saying? You got to jump in the lane when it's available. That's strategy more than anything. And it ain't to look out for up and coming artists and different shit like that. That ain't what it's for, because once you done with them, you moved on. You don't fuck with them never no more. So get that narrative out of here that he be trying to get a stimulus package. No, he be trying to receive the stimulus package, and he be reverse psychology these niggas and shit, man. But it is what it is, man. Let's go.
Information about Drake back in 2011, but you have to imagine if he told Glasses Malone, he most likely told a whole lot of people as well. And not to mention, you guys, back in 2011, 2012, these guys also did a swap. Kendrick Lamar gave Drake a feature for Take Care, and he also took a feature from Drake for Good Kid, Mad City. So obviously, if you're a Drake fan, this looks a little bit weird to you. If you had an issue with me having Ghostwriters, why are we still working together?
Drake's a real good dude, first and foremost. He heard my music probably a year back.
Business, bro.
Reached out and just gave me respect on it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a mutual feeling for us appreciating the music. I put out Section 80 a couple months later. Like, yo, I need you on this tour. You know, it'll be a pleasure, be an honor. I was like, that's dope, man. So, you know what I mean? I can't back down from that, you know, to expand my music to a crowd that haven't heard it before. I know it's 15,000 people out there. I'm used to 2,000. I'm finna work. I'm finna get at least 100 of these folks.
And see, that's the same shit he did with the Migos. Migos was already bubbling up, you know. Eventually, without Drake, they still would have got to where they got to if they had kept that shit going. But Drake saw the bubbling, and hey, let me get a little bit of that. Give me them stem cells, fam. And ate that shit and used it to his advantage. When the next nigga came through, let me get a little bit of that, man. You know what I mean? That's just the game, bro. It is what it is, fam.
Also gotta ask yourself the question, did Drake let his guard down around Kendrick? Was he looking at Kendrick as a friend while Kendrick was looking at him as a colleague, as his competition that he needs to get rid of? Keep in mind, the Control verse did not come out until 2013. So this means that Kendrick Lamar had 2 years to be around Drake, study.
That Control verse was not about Drake. It was about competition, bro. He named 1 million niggas on that bitch. So why are you trying to single that shit to Drake? I don't know why people do that. That ain't had shit to do with just Drake. Drake responded sassy, and then it went from there. You know what I mean? Of course. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm going to leave the link to Chink Smooth for a video. I don't know why I keep saying Chinks. Rest in peace to Chinks, man. But yeah, man, I'm going to leave the link in the description, man, if y'all want to watch the full video. Tig Nitty Run the City, No Cap Rap News. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, subscribe. Peace.